Politics of obvious and apparent personal vendetta among some youths in Edo State, which has been ongoing for years, most especially since the immediate former governor of the state, Godwin Obaseki, left office on November 12, 2024, took a new twist on Sunday night in the city of Manchester in the United Kingdom, as a yet-to-be properly identified man walked into an event hall where the former governor, Godwin Obaseki, and his wife, Betty, were scheduled to meet Edo people, and attacked one of their main political and media supporters, Aide Obaze, who probably had been in the bad books of some Edo youth's sequel to his ways of always defending the ex-governor Obaseki and exchanging words with those against the ex-governor. Videos made available online indicated that Aide Obaze was attacked while he was live streaming the event on Facebook and other social media platforms as guests were coming in and waiting for the arrival of the former Edo State governor, Godwin Obaseki, and his wife, Betty. Initially, the suspected attacker walked up to the victim and asked to have a conversation with him, saying, "I am the double chief you are looking for, come let's talk," but Aide Obaze refused and replied to the attacker that, "You are the one looking for me." What had happened, as Aide Obaze continued to demand to know why the attacker had decided to see him, immediately, the attacker hit the victim on the face. Manchester City Police were seen alongside their vehicles shortly after the attack, but the City Police Department is yet to issue a statement as at the time of filing in this report. Aide Obaze, in a Facebook live streaming on Monday early morning night at a hospital in Manchester, said that he's currently having difficulty with hearing in one of his ears hit by the attacker. On November 5, 2025, while on live Facebook video streaming, Aide Obaze had raised alarms of act of possible threat to his life by a man simply identified as Double Chief of Manchester, who he said had threatened to beat him repeatedly if he visited Manchester to attend and organize the Obaseki thank you visit to his supporters. Also during the live video, Aide Obaze narrated how he was almost attacked by some Edo youths in Italy, thus described some Edo youths abroad as people who always act like animals. Before now, Aide Obaze may have faced a lot of threats of possible attacks issued by some Edo youths who also see him as an enemy of the Benin monarch following the controversies surrounding the establishment of Museum of the West African Art, MOAR, in Edo State, which some youths protested and prevented the commissioning of the multi-billion naira cultural hub last Sunday, an act which led to foreign guests being escorted to safety by the Nigeria police force team personally led by the Edo State Police Commissioner. The continued verbal attacks and insults on Aide Obaze and his family, especially his biological parents, in reactions to the political aide's statements over the controversies surrounding the MOAR establishment, made his younger brother, Smart Obaze, to issue a video statement in recent days and insulted his younger brother's principal, ex-governor Godwin Obaseki, for allegedly endangering his brother's life and bringing all manners of insults to their family, even when his elder brother, Aide Obaze, was never given any political position during his 8 years as governor of Edo State. Smart Obaze asked why must it always be his brother, Aide Obaze, defending and receiving insults because of Obaseki. Why are the Obaseki's family not coming out to defend the ex-governor? Ex-Governor Godwin Obaseki became an issue of concerns for some youths in Edo State after some of the youths in the state tagged the ex-governor as betrayal, saying they were the ones that helped Obaseki to power, but after taking over as Edo State governor, Godwin Obaseki abandoned them and allegedly brushed them aside in the scheme of things, especially in the area of tax collections from traders and commercial drivers. During the time of Godwin Obaseki, the governor put a stop to manual collection of taxes from traders and commercial drivers, and made the method of tax collections electronically. As such, some youths who violated the governor's directives were arrested and detained for days. Some of the arrested and detained youths were members of the governor's former political party who believed they were the ones that helped Obaseki to power during his first tenure as governor of the state in the South-South geopolitical zone in Nigeria.
Manchester, a matter is coming. Manchester, a matter is coming. What's up? Oh, no. Hold on. Look that guy's not going to Look your place. Lock the guy. I'm going to kill you. Lock your place. Kill you. Lock your place. I'm going to kill you. Lock your place. Come on here. You're crazy. Come on here.
What is the matter?
Lock the gate. Lock that place. Lock that place. Lock that place. I'm going to kill you. You're crazy. Lock that door.
Do you know you have the right to hold me?
No, tell me that you
don't have the right to hold me. You're not supposed
So, guys. So for those struggling with the location, watch this video. So it's not a hidden event. Hey, my data. I agree to.
Let me be double chief of my.
I agree to. Final.
Let me be double chief for you. The
agree to.
The motor.
Agree to.
Motor.
Agree to though. What's happening?
You say they find me now.
I say they find you. Are you they find me?
I don't see you.
Are you they find me?
No good talk.
Are you they find me?
No good talk.
What's happening?
Who go reason?
What's happening? What's happening? Oh, no.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Nigerian Army Authority has confirmed the killing of 4 persons with the inclusion of 2 soldiers and 2 civilian JTF when members of the Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP terrorists on Friday evening ambushed a brigade of Nigeria Army, personally led by the brigade commander, Brigadier General M. Uber around Wujiroko community in Azir Malte area of Damboa local government area of Borno State, which, according to Humangle News Media, the ISWAP terrorists opened fire on a convoy of several military and civilian joint task force vehicles, causing the brigade of the armed forces of Nigeria an apparent full destabilization, leading to the Brigadier General missing in action for several hours but started responding to WhatsApp messages few moments later, but the Nigerian Army Authority insisted that the Brigadier General and the commander of the 25 Task Force Brigade personally led the Nigerian Army troops back to base, after an apparent failed attempt to rescue communities that are probably still under terrorists' control in the areas close to Sambisa Forest. According to Lieutenant Colonel Apollonia Anil, the acting director of the Nigerian Army Public Relations, in a statement issued on Saturday, troops of 25 Task Force Brigade, on routine patrol to secure communities around Wujiroko in Azir Malte, Damboa local government area of Borno State, came under a sudden and heavy insurgents' fire while returning from a successful patrol within the fringes of Sambisa Forest. The patrol team, which was led by the Commander 25 Brigade Brigadier General M. Uber and comprised troops of 25 Task Force Brigade and members of Civilian Joint Task Force, CJTF, courageously fought through the insurgents' ambush with superior firepower, forcing them to withdraw in disarray and to abandon their mission. During the encounter, 2 brave soldiers and 2 heroic CJTF members paid the supreme price while on active service to the nation. While commending the troops for the gallantry, the Army High Command commiserates with families and associates of the deceased gallants for their heroic sacrifice to the nation. The Army headquarters also wishes to debunk the fake narrative going round some media platforms online alleging the abduction of the brigade commander. The general public is hereby advised to disregard the fake news regarding the incident while praying for the continuous success of our gallant servicemen and women. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Wide Shebu, Nigerian Army Medal, salutes the uncommon bravery, resilience and sacrifice of the gallant troops who have continued to operate in one of the most dangerous theaters of conflict on behalf of our dear nation. Their unflinching commitment, even in the face of grave danger, remains a powerful reminder of the daily sacrifices being made by our gallant servicemen and women to keep Nigeria safe. Humangle in its news publication had reported that an attack from members of the Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP, occurred around 5 p.m. yesterday near Sabongari in Damboa local government area, Borno State, northeastern Nigeria. The terrorists, concealed along the route, opened fire on a mixed convoy of soldiers and members of the Civilian Joint Task Force, CJTF, killing 2 soldiers and 2 CJTF personnel. A CJTF member stationed in Nzula, close to the attack site, told Humangle that the convoy was moving in the direction of Bongri when it was intercepted. It was on the Bew Road, he said, requesting anonymity for safety reasons. The convoy consisted of the military and members of the CJTF. A resident of Damboa, familiar with the movement of the convoy, said it departed the town around 2 p.m. with 2 Hilux vehicles, 2 armored personnel carriers, and several motorcycles. The terrorists killed 2 soldiers and 2 CJTF, he said. They also took away some motorcycles. Reinforcement later left Damboa, 2 Hilux and 2 armored vehicles, when the incident happened. However, the most alarming development is the disappearance of a brigade commander who was part of the operation. A senior CJTF member in Damboa, who witnessed the convoy's departure, confirmed the situation. We don't know where he is at the moment, but he responds to WhatsApp messages. The commander was able to return on foot after missing for several hours in what is being described as an escape from the attackers. This is the first time since the start of Nigeria's counterinsurgency campaign that a serving general directly engaged on the front line went missing for a while in an ambush. The development raises concerns about the sophistication of recent ISWAP attacks and the increasing risks faced by senior officers deployed to volatile areas. Damboa and surrounding communities have seen repeated insurgent attacks in recent months, including assaults on patrol teams, ambushes along rural roads, and raids on farming settlements. Residents say the attack underscores the persistent insecurity along major roads despite years of military presence. We were unable to obtain responses from the Nigerian military at the time of press. They had also not issued an official statement.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
President Volodymyr Zelensky has ordered the new Prime Minister of Ukraine, Yulia Sviridenko, to involve law enforcement agencies including the anti-corruption police in the mass audits of Ukraine's state-owned companies. Zelensky, who gave the order this week while in one-on-one meeting with the female Prime Minister, said, the law enforcement agencies of Ukraine must take immediate action based on the outcome or results of the audits being initiated by Yulia Sviridenko, the current Prime Minister of Ukraine, who assumed office on July 17, 2025, after being confirmed by the Verkhovna Rada, meaning Ukraine's parliament, following President Volodymyr Zelensky's nomination of Sviridenko as part of a major government reshuffle, replacing the previous Prime Minister, Denis Shmyhal, who became the new Minister of Defense, and Sviridenko previously served as the first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Economic Development and Trade. The new position made her the second woman in Ukraine's history to hold the position of Prime Minister. Meanwhile, during the week, Zelensky also announced that the Nordic countries, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, along with other Baltic-friendly countries of Ukraine, have decided to commit an additional $500 million to the prioritized Ukraine requirements list, Pearl Initiative, a NATO-led initiative to expedite the supply of critically needed US-manufactured weapons to the country, which, Zelensky said, will be of a substantial help. In a number of statements during the week, Zelensky said, I had a meeting with the Prime Minister of Ukraine. First and foremost, we focused on the situation with recovery efforts in the regions after the Russian strikes. Repair crews are working almost around the clock wherever needed, and the necessary resources have been deployed. We are increasing our reserve of equipment, and work with partners on this issue is constantly ongoing. Julius Sveridenko also reported on the implementation of support programs for frontline and border communities. We are ensuring the necessary funding. Starting tomorrow, a new winter support program for our people will be launched. Government officials will present all the details publicly. Last year, more than 14 million Ukrainians benefited from winter support, and we expect no smaller scale this winter. The Prime Minister reported on the launch of audit processes in state-owned companies. We agreed that the audits must be conducted promptly, and all results must be forwarded to law enforcement and anti-corruption agencies for appropriate action. Personnel decisions will follow based on the findings. I also instructed that Ukraine's key partners be promptly informed about the audit outcomes and related decisions. Transparency in state-owned companies and the elimination of any schemes must be guaranteed. We also discussed personnel changes in the government. The Prime Minister of Ukraine will propose candidates for the posts of Minister of Energy and Minister of Justice. Last night, Patriots performed well, successfully intercepting Russian ballistic missiles. Yet we still need considerably more forces, systems, and compatible missiles to protect lives. This week, the Nordic countries, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, along with our Baltic friends, decided to commit an additional $500 million to the Pearl Initiative, which will be a substantial help. We are also working on deliveries of other advanced air defense systems and strengthening our aviation. A major deal with France is in preparation and will be finalized soon, a historic agreement. We are setting up a deal with Greece as well, on energy to maximize options for gas supplies to Ukraine, both for this winter and strategically for the long term. Agreements with various European countries, from Norway to Greece, will ensure our state's gas supply guarantees. I thank all partners who are helping. I held a video conference with the heads of all Ukraine's diplomatic missions. I am grateful to our diplomats for their efforts and for representing Ukraine's interests with dignity around the world. We discussed the main priorities of their work for the near future and for the coming year. It is crucial to continue strengthening our air defense. Ukraine needs air defense systems and missiles for them. We must expand the Pearl Initiative, through which we receive weapons for our defense, intensify efforts to involve countries that have not yet joined and increase contributions. The development of the SAFE instrument is also important. Other topics included the return of Ukrainian children abducted by Russia and the protection of human rights in temporarily occupied territories. We also discussed the next steps in diplomatic work on UN resolutions supporting Ukraine. Ukraine needs support, and today, it is especially important that every diplomat works to strengthen the state, ensure its protection, and enhance our positions. I presented the orders of the Golden Star and other state awards to the service members of Ukraine's security and defense forces, and handed the distinctions to the families of the fallen heroes who were awarded posthumously. We honor Ukraine's warriors. We thank Ukrainian families for giving us such warriors. We are doing everything to make Ukraine stronger every day. This is exactly what is needed. For every Russian strike, there is our response, and it will become even more tangible. For each of our fallen heroes, we will take revenge, and we will force Russia into peace, without any doubt. The day will come when this war ends, and when we guarantee real security for all Ukrainian children and for all our generations. We must guarantee Ukraine a life without war. Thank you to everyone who is bringing this day closer, and we will always honor the memory of all our people, all our heroes of different times who gave their lives so that Ukraine could live.
Osazuwakan Radio, bringing you the news in a more digital way. Osazuwakan Radio, bringing you the news in a more digital way.